welcome everybody to another round of World of Tanks subscriber replays. My name as always is Maxwell, and today's first video is from the user Oddball M4. That's Oddball M4, and he's driving the M18 Hellcat on a standard battle on the fjords. M18 Hellcat being a tier 6 turreted tank destroyer for the Americans. So straight away going to be heading to the central flank. Probably was thinking about heading up that northern route, just because the Allied KV-1S was sort of pushing him in that direction. Realised that they've got more than enough tanks heading up that way already, so decides to transition to the centre of the battlefield immediately, as this place gives a fantastic overview of both flanks. You can get some good eyes on the north and some good eyes on the south, which you are about to see. So Oddball going to take up position in this bush here, and sits here for quite some time until the battle actually kicks off. So we're just going to speed this one up a little bit until we get into the action. Spots out the Panzer Soufflé 5. Gets a good hit on him and takes his track out. So hopefully one of his allies should be able to take him out immediately. And if he gets taken out at the beginning of the match, being a tier 7 tank destroyer, that's going to be a big advantage for the allies there. As you can see, taking out a tier 7 tank destroyer, that's a good chunk of firepower for the enemy team. Eliminated immediately. Just taking cover behind the rock here and see if anybody else gets spotted. Looks like he's instinctively taking cover from what would be artillery fire, but as you see, there is actually no artillery on the map, so this one's going to be nice and safe for people. People aren't going to have to maneuver and position themselves too much. Oddball switching his attention to the south of the map, but still keeping the rock in front of him in case anybody comes from that from the enemy side of the map here. I'm just going to lay some fire down on the south here, because all they've got there is a KV-3 and that IS-2, so they're going to need some fire support. Although, to be honest, the KV-3 and IS-2 are both pretty tough beasts, so they should be able to hold the enemy up for just long enough. Now, the enemy team here, realising that there's only these two tanks here, should really push pretty quickly, which, as you can see, they have done. They've already eliminated the KV-3, and that leaves just the IS-2. Luckily, the fire support from Oddball comes just in time, and he's able to take out that T-150. But everybody's still hungry to get around that corner and get some damage on people. Not quite able to pick out another shot there. Just looking at the KV-1S just to make sure he's not firing at somebody who could sneak up on him. He isn't, and Oddball's able to take out that KV-1S and pick up kill number 3. Went for his gun to reload and gets a hit on that IS there. Unfortunately, the troll armor of that IS proving to be a little bit too tough. IS-2 still doing a good job of making sure everybody keeps to their own side of the battlefield around the wall. The problem is now there's a couple of enemy tanks littering the battlefield, and they're going to provide some good cover, especially from this range. Picking out small weak spots and bits of tanks going to be pretty difficult. You can see the enemy team making moves now because the IS-2 must have fired, and everybody jostling for position and trying to get around the corner in order to get some hits on this IS-2. And Oddball's able to take out another tank, a KV-1S that time, pick up kill number 4. And again, enemy team all manoeuvring around each other, trying to get some damage on this IS-2. But as you can see, the enemy team's left it way too long now, and a T-29 and T-25AT have both turned up in order to provide some cover here. If they'd all just pushed when it was only that IS-2, then they may have stood a chance if they dropped down into the village. Oddball's still laying fantastic amounts of fire down on the enemy team as they try and maneuver themselves around here. Going to try and pick himself up a little bit more damage as people are still poking themselves out. See if he can damage this IS this time. Amazing long range shot there at 510 meters, able to pick out the commander's hatch of that IS, and with only 34 hit points left, I can't see him making too much of a push around the corner this time. Does get a hit on that KV-1S, but only takes his track out, but that does allow his allies hopefully a chance to be able to get some damage on him, which they do, and Oddball's able to clear up the kill and pick up number 5 now. And number 6 now, so 2 quick kills in succession from setups earlier. And that leaves just a KV-1S and a Lux in that south now, and with the work being done, his allies holding the centre there. Oddball is going to transition across. Finds a T-25-2 here, who isn't looking in this direction. A little bit of a shame there. Rushed his shot a little bit and just bounced that on the engine deck. But it looks like the T-25-2 has got a little bit of tunnel vision at the moment. A little bit of a shame that Oddball missed that second shot as well. just as he moved behind the corpse of one of the fallen Allied tanks there. But like I said, that T-25-2's tunnel visioned a little bit and just not really paying attention, although it looks like Oddball actually wasn't spotted that whole time. So fantastic camo value of the Hellcat coming into play. He's finally able to get a hit onto that T-25-2 and pick up kill number 7 now. And the centre and south flanks are pretty much all but won now, and that just leaves this T-29 up in the north that is dueling with the IS and another T-29 in the centre now. Gonna see if he can get some damage onto this T-29 before he gets taken out. To be honest, there's not really much this T-29 can do. He's only squaring off against an IS here, but the rest of the Allied team is going to be closing in around him pretty quickly. Not quite able to put one through the commander's hatch there. And as you can see, Oddball's been in the thick of the fighting so much, he's actually run out of standard ammunition now. So, just gonna play this one carefully. Doesn't want to get taken out by that T-29, as he's been having a fantastic game so far. Just gonna pause a little bit and wait for his allies to mop up the other T-29 in the south there, and then wait for the rest of the team to close in a little bit. Going to take the long route round and maybe come at the T-29 from the front, where the IS is squaring off against him, because if he drops down the hill to the left and tries to come at the T-29 from the rear, T-29's going to have shots on him. I don't think the T-29's got the alpha damage to be able to take him out in one hit, but 2 hits definitely going to be enough to take him out here, so definitely not wanting to come around the south and try and attack the T-29 from the rear just yet. And that's the other T-29 dealt with now. So we're going to close in and try and find this guy. It looks like he's on the run at the moment, possibly hoping that the Allied team's going to go for a base capture rather than try and close him down and take him out. Not really sure where he's gone. It looks like he's engaged his cloaking device, because he's not really anywhere in this location. There he is. He's over to the right-hand side. He's moved all the way around these rocks here. And the IS just decides to go full man mode and rams him in the face, tanking all of the damage for the Allies just to come around and try and take him out. T-29 does take out the IS, but that was to be expected. I'm pretty sure he realised he was going to get taken out. Gets a good hit on the T-29. T-29 spins his cannon around in an effort to try and get his gun on target on Oddball, but Oddball's having none of it and drops back. T-29 is now taking his gun off target. Can he score the last hit for his Radley Walters medal? Yes, yes he can. So that is a monster 8 kills, 3,000 points of damage, and a Radley Walters medal. Well deserved there for Oddball M4. So absolutely awesome replay from you. Thank you very much for sending that one in. And don't forget to stick around, because as always the score screens and another game are coming right up. And our second replay of the day is from the user Skippy32. That's Skippy32, and he's driving the Object 416 on an encounter battle on Ruinberg. Object 416 being a tier 8 medium tank for the Russians. It's the one nicknamed the Frying Pan that doesn't have a fully 360-degree rotatable turret. As you can see, it goes to about 170 degrees. I think it's about 170 to either side. But enough about the tank. Skippy going to be heading to the centre immediately, finds a leopard and kills a leopard. So that's a pretty good start to the game. 1 shot, 1 kill. Going to be taking up a more advanced position. Got a pretty good cannon on this thing with a decent rate of fire. Should definitely be able to duel with most tanks on this map. Sorry, just lost my train of thought mid-sentence there. So, Skippy going to be taking to the centre. You can see there's a Type 59 on just the other side of these buildings. Type 59 might be a little bit difficult. Going to see if we can sneak a shot between the houses, but looks like the Type 59 either isn't biting or isn't visible. So we're going to be transitioning backwards a little bit. Reese finds the Type 59 again. He's still on the other side of these buildings, been spotted out by somebody, but Skippy's going to see if he can get a shot on this Jagdpanther here. Jagdpanther already taken a big hit from someone there, and Skippy able to finish him off. The rest of his team turning up behind him now. Looks like there's a Super Pershing further down the way there. But even the formidable armor of the Super Pershing not proving anything whatsoever. Decides to switch across to the Dicamax, just because it's probably got a slightly better gun and is a slightly softer target. So we're going to be able to wipe out the Dicamax much quicker, which indeed he is. Super Pershing just fades out of view, but going to have a shot at his last known location, because let's face it, the Super Pershing not known for being able to get out of tight situations with any kind of speed or urgency, that thing being a bit of a slow lumbering beast. So the rest of his allies making a good push with him here. Everybody going to be swarming around this Type 59, trying to get a hit on him. Skippy just holding his fire until the end here. And he's able just to kill secure that one. So just holding his shot there to try and pick up the kill. Could have fired a lot sooner and picked up the damage, but just going for the glory a little bit there. And finds a Rheinmetall off in the distance and going to be trying to close him down. The rest of his allies all firing at him. Skippy just trying to get into cover, not really sure where the Rheinmetall's looking. Able to get a good hit on the top of him there and able to do a significant amount of damage. Looks like the Rheinmetall's able to take out the A43 as he tries to close him down, but I don't really think he's got anywhere to go here. He's gonna... Oh no, he's able to get behind a rock just in time, not get taken out just yet. So it looks like Skippy's gonna have to make the first move and try and close him down. Just having a quick look to the right as there's a VK3002. That's not really much of a threat though. Although saying that, somebody takes a hit, finds the artillery, takes out the artillery, and that's kill number 6. But there is still this Rheinmetall somewhere around here, still hidden behind the rocks there. Looking in the other direction, he's able to get a shot and take out the 3001. Skippy just bounces on that angled armor there, so we're going to have to take his time with the next shot and try and take him out. The Rheinmetall rushed his shot and fired over the top of the Object 416 of Skippy here, but he was able to fire one in return and pick up the kill. Not really sure why the Rheinmetall's wanting to report the 416, but let's just ignore the chat because that's probably going to descend quickly. So the enemy team looking like they are focusing on the cap circle. The game's still fairly even at 10 kills to 9, so although the Allied team won out a victory on this right-hand flank, they're not faring so well in the city. So this one is by no means a foregone conclusion. Finds out a Hellcat here, but the shape of the terrain just allowing him to remain safe. Does have a quick shot at him there just in case, but unfortunately missed that one. Going to stay in cover until his gun's reloaded, which it has now. He's able to get a good hit on the Hellcat. Using a little bit of auto-aim just while he maneuvers around, deactivates the auto-aim to finish him off, and that's kill number 8. So now we're going to be coming down and closing the net around the enemy team. They all seem hunkered down around this church here, and if they're able to pull off this defense, and they are going to be in a fantastic position for winning this game. Unfortunately, they've been flanked on two sides now. They are concentrating on the enemy, on the Allied team from the front, and concentrating on them from the rear and the sides there. Just a little bit unfortunate to bounce on the side armor of the IS-3 there, that armor being pretty troll, but he's definitely got the reload to be able to get another hit on him. Takes him down to 4 hit points there, so IS-3 very lucky that he gets a low roll on that one. Now there's just this IS-3 and this IS, so coming from the rear has really helped out the team here, as they're all able just to close them down. KV-4 and IS-3 on pretty low health. IS-3 gets himself taken out. Going to be focusing on this IS here, as that other IS-3 is looking at the KV-4. There's really nothing this IS can do, and he gets himself taken out as well and becomes kill number 11. And that just leaves this IS-3 here. Going to try and get some damage on him and take out his track, and the KV-4 is able to finish him off. And that is GG and the victory. So absolutely awesome replay there from Skippy32, picking up a monster 11 kills. Probably would have only been 10 if he hadn't concentrated on that kill secure on the Type 59. But as it is, still an absolutely awesome game there. 5,000 points of damage and 11 kills. So absolutely awesome replay there from Skippy23. Thank you, not 23, 32. Thank you very much for sending that one in. Don't forget, guys, if you've got yourself a good replay, then send that to replay@screenreality.com. Link for that is in the description. If you enjoyed this video, found it useful, entertaining, or informative, leave me a like, favourite, or comment. And if you're not already, then definitely consider hitting that subscribe button for a lot more content like this in the future. I have been Maxwell, this has been World of Tanks, and I will catch you guys next time.